Everyone warned me, but I didn't listen. Her name was Elise. We met in the summer of 2018 at a small indie music festival on the cliffs outside Lisbon. I was 28, traveling alone after a 5-year relationship that had quietly unraveled. I needed distance from London, from the flat still echoing with memories. The festival was perfect. Makeshift stages, salt air, crowds of backpackers and locals. That's where I first saw her. Elise stood apart from her friends during a Fado set, eyes closed, swaying gently to the singer's raw voice. She had dark wavy hair, sun-warmed olive skin, and a quiet presence that softened the chaos around her. When the song ended, our eyes met. She smiled, small, genuine, and I smiled back. That evening at a beach bar, she appeared beside me with 2 plastic cups of sangria. "You looked like you were enjoying the Fado," she said in softly accented English. "It felt honest," I replied. "That's why I love it. No pretending." We talked for hours. Her name was Elise Moreau, 31, a freelance graphic designer from Paris. Recently divorced from Alex, a photographer whose constant travel had worn their marriage thin. She spoke of it without bitterness, like describing a storm that had passed. I told her about my breakup, my marketing job that paid well but felt empty, my love of books and old films. The conversation was effortless, rare. Over the next 3 days we were inseparable, wandering Alfama's narrow streets, sharing pastel de nata on riverview benches, walking barefoot on secluded beaches at night. She told me about growing up near Lyon, drawing to escape, moving to Paris at 19 for freedom. I shared stories of Manchester, my parents' steady marriage, my practical brother, and my own tendency to chase feelings. On the final night, under festival fireworks, she rested her head on my shoulder. "I don't want this to end," she whispered. "Me neither." We exchanged everything: numbers, social media, promises. When we flew apart, it felt unfinished. But we kept it alive. Messages started immediately. Good morning photos, playlists, long voice notes. Within weeks we video called nightly. She'd cook on camera. I'd do the same in my tiny London flat. By autumn she suggested I visit Paris. I took the Eurostar without hesitation. The weekend was magic. Montmartre at dawn, the Seine at dusk, late dinners in hidden bistros. On my last night, tangled in her Belleville apartment sheets, she traced patterns on my chest. "You should move here. With me." I laughed. Just like that. Just like that. Life's too short to miss someone this much. Back in London I was floating until I told people. Sarah, my best friend since university, met me for drinks. When I shared Elise's idea, she frowned. "You've known her 3 months. Spent maybe 12 days together in person. Moving countries is enormous. You'd leave your job, flat, everyone. What if everyday life is different from perfect weekends?" My brother Tom was direct over Sunday roast. "You're infatuated. Long distance is only highlights. Real life is bills and bad moods. And she's recently divorced. Are you sure she's ready?" Mum, washing dishes with me later, spoke softly. "I saw how hurt you were after Rebecca. I don't want you giving everything again, only bigger this time." Even my boss warned me. Don't throw away a good career for a whirlwind. I heard them. Their words lingered. But every call with Elise dissolved the doubts. She sent apartment listings, talked about neighborhoods, bookshops, markets. She said I made her believe in second chances, that she'd never felt this safe. I told myself they didn't understand. They hadn't seen how she looked at me. Hadn't read her messages about healing broken parts of her. This wasn't reckless, it was brave. In February 2019 I quit my job, sublet my flat, sold furniture, packed 2 suitcases and boxes of books. My going away drinks were bittersweet. Hugs, promises to visit, knowing looks from those who still thought it a mistake. Elise met me at Gare du Nord with a handmade sign decorated in her elegant doodles. That night we drank champagne on her balcony, watching Paris light up. The first year was golden. We found a 2-bedroom in the 11th with high ceilings, creaky floors, and a tiny courtyard view. Money was tight, but we managed. I freelanced remotely, she designed. We cooked together, explored markets, picnicked in parks. Her friends welcomed me warmly. I stumbled through French and they patiently helped. Her parents visited once, and her mother whispered I'd made Elise happier than in years. We traveled. Brittany, Amsterdam, Morocco. Sun-drenched photos of us laughing, arms around each other. Small frictions emerged. She was messier than expected. I was more rigid. We argued occasionally. Money, friends, dishwasher loading, but made up quickly. Normal, I thought. Yet there were signs I ignored. She guarded her phone, turning it face down. Once I glimpsed a heart emoji message from Alex. She dismissed it as an old art school friend. Another time she went quiet after a long email, blaming work stress. I believed her. She'd chosen me. Then the pandemic struck. Lockdown shrank our world to the apartment. At first romantic. Baking, films, future plans, but months wore us down. Money tightened. Elise worked late into nights, headphones on. I woke to empty beds more often. She grew less affectionate, quicker to snap. I told myself it was the strain. Everyone struggled. When restrictions eased in 2021, she went out more. Drinks with friends, exhibitions, needing air. I encouraged it, not wanting to cling. One November night she said she was dining with Sophie in the Marais, might be late. I kissed her goodbye, cooked alone, slept early. I woke at 2 a.m., she wasn't home. No messages. Worry grew. At 6:30 she arrived, tired, smelling faintly of unfamiliar cologne. Lost track of time, she said lightly. Next day she left her iPad charging. A notification from Alex flashed. I miss you too. Soon. I opened the synced messages. Hundreds. Intimate. Loving. Spanning over a year. Starting soon after I moved in. Photos, plans, declarations they'd never stopped loving each other. I read until I couldn't. When she returned, she saw my face and sank into a chair. I'm so sorry, she whispered. She confessed everything calmly, painfully. Alex had reached out post-divorce. At first reminiscing, then more. She'd thought she could choose me, the stability, kindness, but the pull toward him remained. Lockdown made him her escape. She'd tried ending it, couldn't. I never wanted to hurt you. You're the best person I've known. But she had. We talked until dawn. I asked painful questions. She answered honestly. A week later I moved out, stayed with a colleague, flew home. She begged me to stay, promised to end it with Alex. But I saw the conflict in her eyes. London welcomed me with cold rain. Sarah collected me, no questions, just support. Rebuilding was slow, new job, new flat, therapy. I date cautiously now. I don't hate Elise. Those happy moments were real. But I regret silencing those who knew me best because a dream felt too beautiful to question. Everyone warned me. Moving your life for someone doesn't guarantee reciprocity. Some carry unfinished stories. Intensity isn't commitment. I thought love meant trusting completely. I know better now.